Hello, my ambitious friends, and welcome. Do you have all of these dreams that you'd like to accomplish, these goals, these tasks, these things that you would like to see done, or that you would like to say, I did this, I completed this, I worked hard for it, and I've done it? We all have these things. We all have a list like this. But many times we have trouble finding the ambition to get going. And it can feel like laziness, really. It can feel that way, which makes you feel bad. So, the brain is wired for comfort. So let's say that the task, this is just one example, the task that you're wanting to do, let's say that it's starting a healthy eating routine. Okay, and when you think about that, you're like, oh boy, you start to feel this resistance, and you start to think about how uncomfortable that's going to be for you, or whatever it is. Well, see, we can trick the brain into getting on the same page with us when it comes to the things that we're avoiding. When you think about this healthy routine that you're wanting to start, you might end up just scrolling on your phone or playing your favorite game because that's comfortable and the brain seeks comfort. Or you might end up watching TV and getting lost in some TV show and totally getting off track with what you were trying to do. So here's what you do. Here's how you trick the brain. You've got to start. You've got to start with something very small. These small tasks that we can put toward this goal that we're working on, this is how you achieve it. This is how you get there. It's kind of like climbing a mountain, for example. We've got to start at the bottom. We've got to start with a few steps, don't we? We have to start, period. We have to start. So anytime you are tackling a project and you may not have gotten very far, but you started on it, that is a triumph, and I want you to celebrate that triumph right there. We celebrate all of our triumphs, no matter how small. So I'm going to give you 3 ways here in just a little bit to help you accomplish and get started with your goals, with your dreams, and this helps build confidence and helps you stay going with whatever it is, okay? So the brain is always going to tell you, let's do something easier. So what you have to do is you have to find ways that really do make it easier. And before long, the brain says, okay, this is very doable. I'm able to do this. This kind of feels easy. Very interesting how this works, but it really does. So the first thing that you can do to start to accomplish a goal, a project, whatever it is, the very first thing that you can do is make the task small. Make it small. So let's say that you've been dreaming about writing this book. You've been dreaming about this for a long time. So you sit down and you start. Okay, that's a triumph. You've sat down in front of your computer, or you've sat down with your notepad. Right there is a pat on the back for you. Now, what you do is you tell yourself, I'm not writing the whole book today, but I'm going to start. And I'm going to try 2 paragraphs. Set something very, very doable for yourself and go with that. And what usually happens is you end up doing a little bit more, and then that feels good to you also because you've exceeded what you said you'd do. So again, number 1 is make it something small to begin with. Number 2, you want to create easy routines to help you achieve this. So I'll go back to this scenario of writing. So we want to make it easier for ourselves. Let's keep our laptop set up and ready, our notepad handy. Let's keep our bottle of water ready where we can just sit down at any point and do this. You want to make things convenient for you and not make any of this any harder than it has to be. Let's say your project is that you want to start walking in the mornings or running. Well, something that you could do to create a routine would be the night before, go ahead and sit out your running shoes, go ahead and lay out your clothes, have those ready, have your water bottle ready to grab, maybe have your snack bag ready, whatever that is, but that you're already setting your brain in motion for success because you've kind of already got something done toward this. So that's the second thing you do. Now, the third thing that you're going to do is you are going to use the 2-minute rule. 2 minutes. When you're starting a project that is difficult for you to dive into and you feel that procrastination and you feel that resistance, do it for 2 minutes and call it a success if you get those 2 minutes in. Okay, so if it's taking a walk for 2 minutes. If it's writing a book, write for 2 minutes. Done. You did it. What this does is it rewires your brain. And when you achieve that goal, your brain releases endorphins and you get a little hit of that dopamine, that feel-good stuff, because you achieved it and you did what you wanted to do. So using the 2-minute rule can work on anything, and it's something that I really encourage you to practice, no matter what it is, because pretty much most of us can do just about anything for 2 minutes. And if you'll start, let's say it's walking on a treadmill, get on that treadmill and say, I'm going to do this for 2 minutes. Do your 2 minutes. You might feel like doing 3, whatever it is, but do the 2 minutes. And do that every day while it conditions your brain and your body to accept that this is doable for you and it's not uncomfortable. You can do this. You really can do this. And you want to focus on progress anytime you're working towards something and not perfection. We're not here to be perfect. Progress is very easy to measure in small amounts, very small amounts. So, yeah, perfection is something you can just strike through. That's not what we're shooting for. That's not what we're shooting for. We're shooting for starting, for one thing, starting and staying at it by using these 3 rules. So, for any goal that you're trying to achieve, here's one that just came to mind also. Let's say saving money. Okay, and when you think about saving money, you're like, oh man, that's really going to pinch everything. Start small. Go back to that first rule. Start very small. Buy something simple like throwing your change in a jar at the end of each day. Let's just throw our coins in a jar and let's watch those add up. Maybe start with $1. Start very small, and it does this switch in your psyche, and it will make it doable for you, and it will also make you want to do it more. So, yeah, it's really, really interesting how the brain works on these things, but these types of things are how we achieve success, even if we feel lazy or unmotivated about something. So go after it today. Start something today. Use these rules. See what happens for you. And let me know how this works for you. I know you can do it. Remind yourself of whatever it is that you're wanting to do, that you can do it for 2 minutes. You can do it. And then do it. And the last thing I'd like to say about this is when you do your 2 minutes, after you've done it, reward yourself somehow with something very simple but pleasurable, so that, again, your brain, your body releases those feel-good hormones, so that the reward really becomes a physical thing for you. So reward yourself, pat yourself on the back. You know, reward can be so many different things. It can be a nice little drive by yourself. It could be a long bath at the end of the day. It could be, for me, one of my very favorite things is a hot cup of coffee made just the way I love it. Just the right amount of cream, the right amount of sweetener. I just enjoy sipping on that. You know, that's really a treat for me. So go after these dreams and goals because you can do it, and I know you can. I want to hear about your progress. So guys, that's what I've got for you today, and I will catch you on my next video.